Hey, it's been a good week to be a Kentucky fan.
We did it. We did it.
We sure did.
Colin.
Oh, I guess for a minute when it mattered most, he
For
stepped
10
up.
seconds.
Hey, he made some big shots. We'll talk about him his whole game, but yeah, we needed to have it. He made it happen. Heck of a steal, but hey, maybe just my boy and me in Thompson Bowling watching Kentucky beat the heck out of Tennessee, baby. Shout out Riley Green. Like I said, what a week. We see Malachi Moreno hit the game winner in LSU in a game that we had no business winning because we came out and didn't play well. Another game where we don't play great in the first half, only down 11, which in some of these halves that we've been playing, that doesn't seem like a huge margin. But get down 17 again and manage to win against a very good Tennessee team or a very good defensive Tennessee team. But what did you see in the first half that you wanted to see changed, and some things that you liked that maybe got us to stay close and be able to make the comeback in the second half?
I didn't really like how the defense was. The defense was very sloppy. We still have the same problem of we cannot get off of the screens. The pick and roll is the hardest part for us. They used Jalen Carey every time to do that pick and roll. They just pass it to him wide open, got it, or Akpara, and it was just too much.
Yeah, and that Brown kid, I haven't seen him play a lot. We had the watch along with Hammer and T. Which shout out to you. You ended the last show, so let's go beat T's team, and we did it. It was their front court, which we were nervous about. Akpara is a beast. Carey gave us issues while he was at Vanderbilt. He didn't stretch the floor out. He hit some threes on us last year at Vanderbilt. But here he just was a bully in the paint in the first half. Yeah, whether it was Malachi, whether it was Garrison, whoever was on him, they were burying them in the paint and getting 2 feet down on the block or close to the basket and doing what they needed to do to get easy buckets in the paint at the rim. They also were able to hit at a pretty good rate from three. And they weren't all open shots. Some of them were. Gillespie hit some long bombs, NBA range shots. But when we were talking about a Tennessee team who hasn't shot the ball well in the first half, they were way above their average at like 46% from three or something like that. They were shooting better from three than the field, I believe, if I remember correctly. But offense got stagnant again in the first half. And then you noticed something. Someone came in here and gave us a spark. What do you think about Kentucky boy Jasper Johnson coming in there and running the point?
We were surprised that we got to see him with the start over Denzel Aberdeen, but we should.
So he didn't. I thought he started two because I missed it. Denzel picked up 2 fouls early. Zell got the start. Jasper had to come in because he got 2 fouls early. Yeah, we talked about that at the live show. He got in earlier than we thought. But yeah, go ahead.
Still, that he improved a lot.
He showed a lot, yeah.
I'm not going to say yet that he might be able to get the start over Zelly. It just depends what he does in the next few games. And if Zelly is still doing very good, like he has been.
The second half of LSU and the second half of this game, we've seen
a lot from him.
Yeah, we saw the guy we thought we were getting when he came to us and got a pretty decent paycheck to come from Florida, right? But yeah, Jasper Johnson, he sees the floor very well. He still gets kind of pushed around and bullied. That's going to happen in the SEC. He still has to get some experience in how to play. Oh my goodness, we go get rid of my keys. Yeah, they're it's a tough league to play in for a true freshman. But he stepped up, and when he comes in, he's able to see he's got a very good connection with Malachi Moreno. He gets the ball fed into the post quick, so Malachi can go to work, and I think him and Zell aren't natural point guards, right? Thank you. Him and Zell aren't natural point guards, but it seems like Jasper will be able to adapt that position a little bit better. He came in. We talked about this before we went on. Jasper had how many minutes did Jasper have? Johnson, 19 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3.
He had led us with assists.
Yeah, exactly. He had led 4 assists, and he played most of his minutes in the first half. I think Zell will always. Unless something very bad happens. Let's knock on wood right now. I don't see Jasper getting the start over Zell. I don't. But I do think Pope is going to have to play Jasper more minutes just from what he showed against Tennessee.
Yes.
He's shifty. He can get downhill. He's probably the best, like, one-on-one matchup guy we have where you can give him the ball, he can break a guy down and get to the rim. He has been having issues finishing through contact, but we actually saw him kind of change up his game a little bit, and he started that nice little floater game. And when that outside shot is hitting, he's very, very dangerous. Now, what do you think about that transition 3?
He got very dangerous with it. And the reason he got dangerous with it was if he missed it, we would have lost this game. Because if you see the score, we only won by 2. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not exactly sure what Pope thought when that shot went up, but when you have a 1-on-4 transition, he just pulled that thing up. It went in. Hey, if it goes in, it's a good shot. But in the moment,
he had the nerves of the Vanderbilt game when he hit the turnaround, the spin, and then over 2 people sandwiching him just with one leg in the preseason.
When that what you talking about? Before we got a conference play against Bellarmine?
No,
we haven't played Vanderbilt yet.
Preseason.
We haven't played Vanderbilt yet. We played Purdue.
Oh, Purdue. That's what.
Okay, gotcha. But he's a confident young man, and if he feels like he's got an open shot, or even if it's not open, he is not fazed by the moment, which is something you want. But yeah, I agree. In the moment, I was like, "Whoa, not a good shot." And then we saw Colin come down and take a very similar shot. He didn't make his, and it resulted in a easy bucket for Tennessee. All right, so first half. Didn't play great. Offense didn't look great, but we got some flashes from Jasper Johnson. We got some buckets from Colin Chandler. Hit some, threes in the first half. We kept it close, kept within 11, right? And then we come back in the second half. It's kind of a nip and tuck. We're trading baskets. Lead for Tennessee grows a little bit, and then Zell does what Zell did in the second half of LSU. He kind of starts taking over. He's seeing the floor. He starts playing like a true facilitator, or someone who you can at least give the ball to and trust, right? Break a guy down, make the right play. There still wasn't a lot of ball movement, but there was enough to get guys open shots. Colin Chandler's hitting open shots. Otega always hitting open shots. And right now, if you look at our 3-point shooting numbers, we shot 46% from 3, 11 of 24 last game or in Tennessee. And then if you see the LSU game, we shot 43%, 10 of 23. So a team that was thought to have been completely miscalculated as a good 3-point shooting team, a team that can stretch you out, is now starting to hit their stride, right? The lid is coming off the rim, and Pope, to his credit, told us back in December, said, hey, by the end of the season, this is going to be considered a very good shooting team. He talked about, some of the systems that they have that they use at practice to gauge these things and take averages and whatnot. He said, I've never seen these analytic numbers be so great, in practice, but really not translate to the game, right? It took us some time to figure it out, but they are starting to translate now. With this team right now ranked second in the SEC defensively, only second to Tennessee. And based off of what happens this week, that might go up. But either way, a top 2 defensive team in the SEC and a team that's starting to hit its shots and, leading the SEC in 3-point percentage. 3-game win streak. You said new season, right? Every game's got to be a new season. That started before the LSU game when we came back and beat Mississippi State. And right now we are 3-0 in this new season, right? Mm-hmm. And we are back to a winning record in the SEC. We have Texas at home. We're kind of starting to hit our stride. People are getting their confidence. Now your turn. What did you see in the second half that gives you confidence that this team can actually get it figured out and go on a run in the SEC?
We started doing better in the passing. We could see the court. Our ball movement started getting better, which left open threes for people like Colin Chandler, Tega Owe, Zelly. Yeah. Everybody. I wish Cam could have made more threes like he did in Bellarmine, but we got the win. It doesn't really matter. But
Cam was, I think, Cam was a little bit of a disappointment. He got 15 minutes. Only had 2 points, 0 for 2 from 3. He didn't give you much in the Tennessee game. I think Pope. I don't know, man. It was tough. It was a short turnaround. I think everybody's gas tank's a little bit different. He looked like he was playing on empty. At least what you could do for Cam is trust him defensively. And you couldn't even do that against Tennessee. He was collecting more fouls than he was points. He was trying to, bend over the waist, trying to hand check and whatnot. Just wasn't the typical Cam. But we got big minutes from other people, right? We got decent minutes from Yelovich. Didn't score a lot of points, but defensively, he stepped up in the moment. The second half for Malachi Moreno, he didn't get his game going offensively, but defensively. He really stepped it up and started playing like a big body guy, right? Carey and Akpara and Brown were still beating him up a little bit, but our guards getting downhill and getting Akpara and these guys into foul trouble really, really helped us out because now Moreno, it wasn't so much pressure on him. They were having to rotate these guys in and out. He was able to get in the flow of the game. What did you think about Malachi Moreno in the second half?
He on defense he started going Moreno mode.
4 blocks.
And like you said, he got a lot of blocks. But
defense without fouling, right? He collected 6 rebounds. He did collect 4 fouls, but again, he was able to play late in the game with 4 and keep himself in. Brandon Garrison came in the game and gave us spot minutes. It just not great. But one thing that I saw in the second half that I think really, really is, unsung hero of this game was Mo Diabate coming in the game and just giving you the effort plays that you would expect, from him coming in from Alabama, being that veteran presence, right? That's what he was when he played us. It's everything that he was when he just suited up for Alabama. That's everything Nate Oates loved about him and why Nate Oates didn't want him to leave. He's not going to get sets run from him. He's not going to, ever be a high offensive output guy, but he needs to be a high motor guy, a guy you can put in the game and just go out there and get extra possessions, offensive rebounds, easy putbacks, and just beat up somebody in the paint. 6'8", 230-ish, 240-ish, whatever he is, someone you can lean on and really wear the other team down. And he did that in the game. He double-digit scoring, 10 points. He's got to stop trying to stretch the floor out. He shoots at least 1 3 a game, it seems like, and they're never even close. But comes in there and gives you 10 points and goes. That can't be right. It says he only collected 2 rebounds. I got to go back and look at the game because it just seemed like maybe not counted rebounds, but it seemed like he gave us extra possessions, so tip outs or whatever. I think he came in there and gave us that tough front court presence that we needed.
And speaking of front court, the Carey and Diabate matchup, I kind of like it, but when we get JQ back, we're probably either gonna put him on Carey or Akpara.
Yeah, we'll see if we get him back. We do play him one more time in February 7th sometime. We get him in Lexington next. Let's see when that game is. Let's see. We have Tennessee. Yep, February 7th. That's the Denham game. So we will. We'll see if we get JQ back then. I think when JQ comes back, they Mo Diabate's minutes are still going to be about the same. I think we start getting away from the Brandon Garrison minutes. 7-10 minutes a game from BG is probably all you want.
Seeing the Brandon Garrison and Malachi Moreno. I disagree with that idea.
Then both in the game at the same time. Yeah.
We can because we have the big man Malachi Moreno that Jasper Johnson has a connection with. He can pass it to him. He'll get in the paint. He'll put it up there through the glass. But I feel like just having BG in the game. I mean, he can do something, but he'll sometimes get lazy and all crazy with the ball, and it won't really work. And then, he doesn't really do that much because he might stay at the 3-point line. He can hit it, not much, but yeah.
Yeah, BG just got some growing to do, I think. We thought we were going to take a big step with him this year. He does. He just sometimes seems lost out there. And again, you can see the talent. He's shown that he's got, he's height and athleticism, and he's got a jump shot, and he's got everything you want to be a stretch 5 guy. But I think he just sees the game a little bit slow. Like some of these passes, I think he's got the vision. Some of these passes that he tries to make, it's just a tick slow. And when you're at this level, when you're a tick slow, it's a turnover or it's mishandled and it makes the shot tougher. So you see some flashes where you get, the game was it was Mississippi State or LSU, I forget, where he gets the rebound, transition comes down, drops the ball off to Malachi for the dunk. And then again, they play a high-low game with him and Yelovich, and he's at the free throw line, sees it, dumps over Yelovich, gets an easy bucket. So you can see what he can provide you in spurts, but you can't rely on him for 15 plus minutes a game. You just can't. You can't do it. What do we do about Colin Chandler? Because he's hitting jump shots. You can tell he's a intelligent dude. The game-winning steal that he got to for the and one that really stretched this thing out and put a lot of pressure on a Tennessee team that doesn't have a key go-to jump shooter, especially from deep, right? So stretching that thing out to 3 was massive. They asked him after the game, how did you see that coming? He was like, am I boring you? I said, they asked him, how do you see that coming? He was, well, I heard the play call. Like he had recognized they had run that same play call before. So he said, I knew how to jump it. Right. So that's like in game at the end of the game when you're tired and it's pressure's on you to hear it, remember it, have that recall and then go attack the play. That's big. Like that's big time stuff. But we also see that throughout the game, he is a liability defensively. Even Mom was watching Mom play ball. She's a knower of what good basketball looks like. She even after the game was like, "What is 5 doing out there?" Like he got the good steal, but what is he doing? Because he's playing. Yeah, he does. He seems to be sleepwalking sometimes. I don't know if it's a quickness thing. We see how athletic he is. I mean, some of the dunks he's done, either at, madness or in-game dunks, he's got athleticism. His lateral quickness seems to be a little bit off, or maybe his anticipation isn't there. But, we've seen him jump passing lanes and get steals and transition, help those things. But when he's on the court, it is very clear teams are picking on him defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? What do you think? I mean, do you ride him out there and say we're going to give him 20 plus minutes a game because we know, Pope believes he's going to step up in the key moments? Or do you think someone like Jasper Johnson or someone like, there's another guard who needs to get more minutes because they're more consistent on the defensive side of the basketball?
I honestly, right now, I think both. We should put him in the game for at least around 15 minutes. See what he can do. If he stops sleepwalking, he'll be pretty good. But and yeah.
I mean, he has played his way out of the starting lineup. He's coming in as a 6-man, which I think is perfect for him. He got 24 minutes in this game. I think 20 to 25 is probably right. But yeah, we got to get him to elevate his game on this side because he can't be a liability. We can go down there when he's in the game. It spreads it out a little bit. There are specific sets that Pope and this team are comfortable running that have shown to get us open threes, to get us the ball to where they're chasing him, easy buckets down the paint, or they're chasing him so that Zell can break his guy down and drive the lane, right? Mm-hmm. So him running around and chasing
Brandon Garrison him.
What's that?
Mark Pope getting his face if he keeps.
If
he's a liability still.
I don't know that Pope coaches Chandler that way. Chandler was recruited to BYU by him. I think Pope has a more of like a father-son kind of relationship with Chandler, which who coaches you the hardest? Yeah. So maybe behind the scenes there is some tough love there. Colin Chandler elevating his game, like Jasper Johnson elevating his game, like Zell, kind of getting his confidence. All these things are what's going to lead us to a potential NCAA tournament run. But some things that got to get fixed. We got to be able to do better because what I was getting to is when he's on the floor, we saw a 3-guard lineup, which thank you, Pope. We saw a 3-guard lineup where it was either Jasper, Colin, or Ortega in there, or it was Jasper, Zell, and Ortega. And we're going, Yelovich at the 4, Mo at the 5, or Malachi at the 5. Like that is a lineup that I think is very, very, very dangerous if they can get it figured out. We saw it in the Tennessee game. It really helped us close out that win. And it makes us more athletic. But we got to be good defensively. We can't be in a spot like last year where we traded offense for defense, right? We should be able to do both with this team. We've seen it. Mm-hmm. We're starting to see it on the offensive side. We've seen it all season on the defensive side, right? So if Colin's in the game to get us buckets, he also can't be a liability where they just pick on him over and over and over again on the defensive side. Especially if we start getting if we have to play every game like down 20 before we actually start playing, we can't go bucket for bucket trading. We got to be able to get stops in bunches. So before we end this game, or before we end this recap, Kentucky goes to Tennessee, down double digits. Last 5 minutes of the game, Tennessee doesn't score a field goal. Kentucky forces 3 turnovers. We win by 2.
Way too close. First. Way too close.
But it's a top 25 team on the road. You get a W for a team that most throughout the country, even in Big Blue Nation, have written this team off. Are you starting to feel that like this thing's coming together? Like, do you think this team's going to be special? We're going to talk about this as like one of the craziest seasons in Kentucky basketball history of a team that we thought was a Final Four bound before the season even started. And then all of a sudden, this team stinks. And now we're boop, 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 at the top of the road. Like, do you think we're going to sit here and, be at the top of the SEC and continue this thing going? Or do you think, we're going to be a team that gets tough wins, but we're limited and we're like we were last year, mid-tier SEC, and hope we can stay healthy and get a tournament run? Like, how special do you think this team's going to be after a 3-game win streak and another beatdown of Tennessee?
Sadly, I think we're going to be like last year, a mid-tier SEC team, but it's still possible to win the championship. Like, I think we're going to be a mid-tier, because especially if we're not ranked after this win, it's going to be tough to upgrade the ranks. But yeah, even if, well, I don't know, it's going to be tough.
I think the SEC is it's such a tough conference. We're going to have opportunities, and I do believe we're going to have more ranked wins, but we got to, travel. I mean, just to close out January, we got to go to Vandy, who is currently 10th. I believe they took an L against Florida, and they lost against Texas this week. So back-to-back losses. They're not going to be top 10 team. They'll probably still be a top 25 team. Arkansas, we got to go to them at the end of January. They also just took a loss on the road to Georgia, but absolutely embarrassed South Carolina. So they've been ebbing and flowing, but Acuff, their guard that Calipari has in there, he's a typical Calipari guard. The kid is NBA bound. He's super special. But again, those are two going to be top 25 matchups that we have at the end of January, both on the road. We take one or both of those games, I'm all the way bought back in on this team. Like, for real. Like, I'm all the way bought back in on this as a Final Four contender. I don't think we're going to get there the way we thought. We thought we were going to lap the scoreboard and like last year and be, averaging 90 points a game. And, there'll be games where we're battling to drop 100 against top SEC opponent. I don't think we're going to do that. I think it's going to be rule of 71. I think we're going to, live in that 70 to 80 point range per game. And you're going to be tough knockdown dragouts. But you know what? I think that hardens you for the tournament. If we can stay healthy or get healthy, like a JQ comes back or something like that, and he gets his legs under him, it could be very, very, very special. And this could be one of the all-time Kentucky seasons. And I hope that we get to remember this as that, and not like last year where, hey, we fell in love with the team that unfortunately got hurt.
We lost to Oakland.
Well, that was 2 years ago. Let's not even bring up that memory. That was Reed Shepherd, Dilly, Reeves. That was what got Cal to Arkansas. But, last year we lost. We beat Tennessee twice. We lose them in the Sweet 16 with a beat-up Butler with no Jackson Robinson. It was a beat-up team, but we love that team, right? That was Mark Pope's first.
I want Lamont, Amari, and Kobe Bryant back.
It ain't gonna happen. Unfortunately, we only got 1 year of them, but they will be loved forever. And I think this team is going to get there too. I think there's been a lot of love lost with
come back.
Yeah, buddy. There's a lot of love lost with this team early, but I think the Blue Nation is starting to feel it again. Mm-hmm. I know I am, and we got a couple of tough road games coming up, but we can't overlook Texas. Like
next week, we got
Texas.
A home win.
Yeah, home game, Texas. So don't overlook it. Let's go get another. Let's get this winning streak going.
Vandy just lost to Texas too.
Yeah, so they're a tough team. They're no slouch. So gotta be serious about it. We're still haven't put together two halves. We haven't seen a full 40 minutes of basketball, but we're getting closer and closer.
Did that get Texas ranked since they beat the top 10?
I don't think so. It was a road or home win for them. I don't think they got enough to get ranked. I do think Kentucky sniffs with what they've done, 2 quad one wins in a week. I do think they sniff the top 25. But if they don't, I'm not worried about it. Just keep stacking the chips. Let the boys prove it. We'll be okay.
And then we'll be Vanderbilt. Then we'll be ranked.
Let's go be Vandy. Why not? All right, boy, you got any closing comments? What you think?
we beat up Colin Chandler, but he got the dub for us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We all game. We're what are you doing? And in the last minute,
Whoever it was who passed it, he was behind half court. Literally threw it right over Colin Chandler, who went, uh-oh.
Yep, he read the play.
No.
He read the play.
No, when he didn't get the steal, he was past half court, threw it. Colin Chandler 10 feet away from him.
On the fast break before that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Let's not beat up Auburn anymore. He made the play when it mattered. He got the ball to Ortega. Ortega finished it, closed this game out. Hey, the way that game finished, though, the little back and forth with Tega and Ament and Carey and Garrison is going to be a battle here in February. They're going to come to Lexington hungry, so we better keep that in mind. But we'll worry about that when we get there.
Oh, we play him again?
Yeah. Do you listen to me on this show? I just told you February 7th, we play them again. We're talking about J2 coming back, the Denham game. Good grief. I'm talking to myself here. All right, man. Well, let's go beat Texas and keep the win streak alive. And who knows? New season, right? We're 3-0 this new season.
I thought you said we play Vandy again.
Broski. We play Vandy at the end of – this kid doesn't listen to me. I don't even know. Next time, I'm going to go find another one. All right, boy. I love you. Go Cats. Peace. Beat Texas. Beat both UTs